Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video. So today we are building a train arch community lot that I was inspired by the new plant kit that everyone found out over Xbox's wonderful leak of the kit, and it is the first kit that I've actually downloaded as well because all the other kits are just like just more of what we've already got, and we don't have enough plants, and especially hanging plants and all the different bits and pieces. So when I have been watching other simmers do their videos, I was just like, this idea popped into my head because in London there's always that trendy overpriced plant shop that's in a train arch, and I was just like, perfect, build. It's different, it's unique. I have to try and work out how to make the arches underneath so it still appears in the shop, and see what lovely debug items I can use to actually make a train and everything. So that is what we are going to do, and I can tell you my thoughts about the pack as well. And yeah, so we're building up the little train bridge. It's not gonna look amazing. I wanted to build this in Evergreen Harbour, but when I loaded that lot up, it was all blue and I could see beneath the world. And because I know the community space there already has some train bridges and stuff behind it, so I was just like, that would be the perfect lot. But unfortunately, because of whatever the patch or whatever my game is doing, it hates that lot. So we are in Newcrest and we are building them here. So I've just done some of the roofs in between and like on the second floor, and then put a medium height wall over the top, which kind of makes our archway. And you have to go in, and if you want the arch actual roof in your build, you still can't put like windows or anything, even though I have done, just pretend you can see through them. But if you want the actual arched roof in your build, then you have to go and delete the floor underneath all the different arches that you have. So that was a pain, and I did that off camera because I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do that. And I've also added in lots of debug things as well later on when we actually set the scene, because obviously there's a big pond, there's supposed to be loads of buildings and trying to world create around this build. So at the end there, when we have our black Moschino windows, which are perfect for train arches, perfect, that is going to be where our cafe is going to be, and it has the cafe thing. I think I set this to a cafe as well, so Sims will come and use this lot, which is one of the things I wanted to include, the actual you could use this lot. So definitely having a cafe here, and you could set this up as a retail lot as well if you get to work, which I don't because I'm not a fan of that sort of gameplay, so no get to work for me. But we have the cafe, and then next to that, where we got the light wood build arch, we're going to have a furniture shop, and then our flower shop on the end here is going to take up 2 spaces because I thought it would. It's the star of this build, so that is going to get the most things. And we're going to use one of the debug, what is it, get famous doors, the sliding doors to the like hangar or film studio, and we're going to use that in the second arch as though that's where all the deliveries come in, so you can get really big plants in and everything. So that is a nice like rusty old door. Perhaps it was an old like maintenance thing as well for the arches. And we're gonna have I was trying to find some stuff we could put over the top, but it was like definitely gotta have a tube like sign, even though the train we use is like one from Snowy Escape, so you can pretend it's like a Thameslink train because it's sort of grey. And try and do some like set dressing outside. We're gonna have a market with some of the selling tables, and I just got so confused there because some audio just came in, so I apologise for that. But we're gonna have a market out the front, and then we are going to have some outdoor seating. We're gonna have. I found some. I think it's from Eco Lifestyle. Some little like trailer stands that look really like hipster and that type of like food cart type of thing that you would turn up. So we're gonna have two of those, and we're gonna have a cupcake stand, and a telephone box, not please box, a telephone box, and a few bits and pieces. We're actually gonna make it look like there's two bridges as well either side because it just goes off into the empty lot. I did try and find like a bridge, but the bridge that I found that had train tracks and everything over it was slightly too big, and if you scaled it down, it was slightly too small. And I was just like, damn it. So we're gonna put. It's gonna change quite a bit from where we are now because it obviously does. But the path goes all the way to the actual like road path, and it goes underneath down the sides as well. And try to find a few bits and pieces so you could actually come and sell your own things on the tables as well if you wanted to. So there's going to be 4 in the end, and they've all got like pretend things to sell on there, and there's different bits and pieces to do artworks, and you can sell your artworks as well on the selling thing. So it's definitely got lots. Tried to make it very diverse in what you could do with this lot. So you have different options of what to do in gameplay and everything. So this is me trying to find some stools to put in. And we've got a dumpster, so you can do dumpster diving as well if you wanted to. So there's lots of different things. So I think the pack in general is pretty nice. There's some pretty different things in there. Like I like the little 3 stand for plants because I literally want that from IKEA. And when I saw it, I was just like, that is literally the IKEA one. And it makes me very happy that I can own that virtually instead. And the green like metal shelves as well, they're in IKEA. And at first I wasn't quite sure about them, but when I've actually seen them in game, I do love that shelf. I think it'd be really cool adding it in to some modern houses and stuff like that. And then the other item that I love is the little shelf with the wellies and little bits of gardening bits and pieces in, because I think the green with the rust, that is a swatch. That is a swatch. I love when they put texture and everything on there. It's just in a shed, that would be an amazing object to put in there, especially, or like an old boot room or something, just because it's got wellies and everything on. And I was just like, there's the one item that we need. I obviously love the new hanging plant because it goes all the way down. I like the new, like the small metal structure with the little pots in. I think that's going to be quite handy for different bits and pieces. And I like the little plants as well. They come in some lovely colourways and just very good. And the only thing that I'm not 100% sure on is some of the what is it? It's like some of them, I think it's like the big round, like mushroomy looking plant is a bit odd, and I don't know where I would use that personally. But and the tables I think could work quite well like in a greenhouse or a conservatory, but I don't know where I would use them inside unless I'm doing a plant person house. And I'm just like, these are cool and they have planting in them. They could work really nicely outside or in an outdoor related setting. I don't know how they would work indoors unless you're doing a weird themed house. But I think definitely for £4.99 here in the UK, it is not bad. I wish there was a couple more items in the pack just to have a few more plants because I always want more. More is better, and I wish this hexagon thing came separately with the little hexagons and triangles, and it wasn't just a whole object, which is like, I know probably why they did that, but I wish they would split things up more. It's like, I like this metal trestle work, and in a modern house it would look super cool, but I don't know where I would use it otherwise. I've used it here where we've actually got the things under, like, supporting the roof, so it actually fits the scene, and there is my favourite object. And I like the lights in here as well, but I feel like it would be cool to have them without the plants on them as well, because they are super cool, modern, contemporary lights that we don't have in the game, and I think it would be just so nice to have them without the hanging plant on there as well, just so we have that option and not have the hangingness, because everything is nice. It comes in nice and bright colour swatches as well, as you can see me putting in all the different bits and pieces. I like some of the big plants as well, like the citrus plant. That is a nice plant to put in the corner for a little bit of diversity, because I always use I think it was the Chinese New Year plant in some of my builds as like a little citrus bush, but now I've got something else. I do like this, like, I don't know why it's in the curtain section, but I do like that foliage to use on the outside, like, that's growing down, but I don't know, like, I've used it indoors here because it's a plant shop, but other than that I don't know why you would use it out, like, indoors, unless it's a greenhouse or anything. But it does have its variety, and especially as we've not had anything new for like months now, because they just seem to be doing kits, it does make it nice that we can actually have something nice to add to the game, because the game can get a little bit stale, and especially if you're having trouble thinking of what to build and everything, that new pack or items can give you that spark of inspiration, as it has done here. And I do like that floor lamp as well, which is another thing that could be nice to have it not with plants in as well. So we have some diversity. And obviously for the plant shop there isn't quite enough plants to fill a shop this big, so I'm obviously going to go in and add some base game and every other pack plant that it ever existed in this game. Even some debug one there, that one, the big boy in the corner. But I wish the shelves had more slots in it, because depending on what you put in there determines how many other slots you can put on as well, and it really annoys me. It's like, why couldn't this glass plant not sit on that table? I don't get the thing. It's probably to do with PC specs and everything like that. I also like the little test tube, growing tube plant as well. I think it's a little thin on the stalk, so it can disappear sometimes, but I think it's a really cool different object that you can put like in a kitchen or a bathroom, and it doesn't seem out of place. Like when you put some of like the old base game things that actually fit on a shelf in places, they always feel like really big and bulky, whereas that could probably go quite nicely in a space like that and not feel as though you're crowding it or over cluttering it. And yeah, there's some good things if you do like plants and using plants in your builds. It's probably definitely a good pack, because I don't normally spend my money on Sims packs, especially kits and stuff packs. the one up very easily. So if it's actually made me buy this kit, then you know, a plant lover, it is a good kit. So, and it definitely will get used quite a lot as well, because there is some good plants in here. We will take a look at the different bits of the build that I have done when we get into the screenshots, because I wanted this to focus more on the plants rather than our different shops there. So that is why it's a bit shorter, and it doesn't have the other bits in it. But I thought we want it to be plant focused, and I think this shop turned out really cool. I think there's some really fun things you could do in the shop. You could obviously turn it into a florist as well, with a flower arranging table in here, and sell your wares and sell some of the other bits and pieces, because I'm not sure how much of it can be set for sale as well. So that is a thing as well. We've got the bathtub. It's just like, that's a fun, quirky thing that you would find in here. But yeah, I used a lot of brick in here because I thought that'd be quite nice, especially with the green. And we have a few bits and pieces. You could probably set up a proper flower shop as well if you wanted to sell trees and all the different growables in the game. I was really annoyed that the back bit there you couldn't put plants on like the side, the benches. So I was just like, why? Except for like the leaf blower and stuff, that can go on the side, and like the eco sucker. It's so random what can go on things and what can't. But I'm just trying to find some objects that are related to gardening. Like there's a few little sets. There's not actually much. I just remembered the little glove and rake that I could have put in here as well. Damn. I always forget about that object because you're just like scrolling through everything and you always forget something. But I was trying to see if there was anything I could put down, and I was like, let's put at least a mat at the front door so people don't traipse in mud and dirt and wet from the outside. But that is our shop. So we are going to jump into our screenshots where it looks a little bit more different and full. So we've got the train, we've got some debug buildings as well behind, we've got the train tracks on top, our little train, and we can have a look at all the different shops as well. So it's our little street view. I've tried to put like signs out as well for the shops, and then you can see how the arches are used in the shops as well, which is a shame that they don't match the same colour as everything, which is a little bit annoying. But what can we do? We've still got our arched space and the door and everything. So that is our flower shop. Looks very, very expensive and fancy. Then we have our furniture shop, which you could obviously turn into a resale lot as well. And our cafe here, which I've put some debugs, mugs and takeaway cups, and it's all set up so you could actually use this bit if you didn't get to work or anything, but you still wanted it. You can set up a little cafe here, and yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to give it a like, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.